All right, everybody, so that is our first pushing session. Now we're going to go back in with the sharp knockdown and spread the dent back out. So now we're going to come in from this angle, and with the sharp knockdown, we're going to blend it out again. All right, everybody, this right here is directly after our blending session, knocking the metal down that we just pushed up. We're going to go ahead and change directions at this point and get into it from a totally opposite angle. So now we're at our cross-check angle. We're going to come through here and blend it out once again. As you can see, we got a nice little pit that we can see from this angle. And that's important. You always want to turn your head or get to the point where you're pushing from an angle where you see the dent that's most prominent from that side. So we're going to go ahead and go in here and just kind of tap and blend all of this out and then go back into a pushing session. You can definitely see that tight little ridge right there on the back side where pressure has accumulated during the pushing process. All right, everybody, so again, we're going to be coming into the back side of this crown and doing our knockdown session. So now we're going to go into another pushing session, and I'm actually standing back here at a different angle. I'm going to go ahead and go in and push up all these little lows. This is directly after our blending session. All right, everybody, so again, we're going to go ahead and turn on our heat gun and get that panel nice and heated up. So right there is our little lows. Now we're actually still going in here and pushing it up with the glove on the end of the tool. I'm going to go into here and push up these lows that you see along the edge. So just going to go ahead and each time we make our pushes and pass across this edge here, we're going to again go into a blending session each and every time, closing up every single little gap that's on this dent. So as the dent breaks up, we're actually pinpointing each individual spot, kind of pushing it into a high, and then coming back through here and blending it out. All right, everybody, so now we're going into the last little bit of finishing work. I went ahead and I actually took the leather off the tip of this tool, and now I am using it as a bullet tip to pinpoint very, very little lows. And what we're going to do, we're actually pinpointing all these little lows and kind of, we're in a good exchange with pushing and knocking down. And now it is to the level to where I'm actually going to go ahead and do a little bit of wet sanding and buffing. We should be completely finished, but we're never exempt from sticking a tool back in there and making a couple pushes. All right, everybody, so we're all finished up going through there with the actual leather glove attached to the tool. What I've done is I've actually just pulled it off, and now we're going to be going into with this bullet tip here and making strategic pushes inside of the little bitty lows. So what we've done here, we've coasted along a massive amount of the metal, we've blent it out, and we're now down to the point where we just got little bitty spots that need picked up. And that's what we're going to do. Same tool, same technique, using the same cross-checking scenarios, and we're going to pick every single one of them little lows up. All right, everybody, so now we're at a level here where we're actually going to go in and do a little bit of wet sanding, kind of toning down this edge right here where we had to make a little bit, some tap down marks and a few little push marks. Nonetheless, this is pretty good just the way that it is, but we're going to go ahead and just make it a little bit better by retexturing the surface and doing a little bit of wet sanding. We're going to be doing this with 2000 grit sandpaper and 3M rubbing compound. And we have Alan the Talon here going to be performing the wet sanding on the motorcycle. So here we are directly after a wet sand session. We're going to go in here and do a couple little touch-ups, but then after that we do have a finished repair. We'll take a look at it here in the natural. All right, everybody, so we are all finished with this tank. As you can see, some of the things that we've learned during this process is that you're going to first start out with some nice blending. You're going to take the pressure off the edge of that line. I mean, as you can see here, that line was completely gone. It basically took the natural curve that's on that edge of that tank and pushed it and made it disappear. So we had to rebuild that. But in a tank, you're going to find a lot of hidden crowns. You're going to be working that thing from, several different angles, just knocking and blending it out. And as you get into your pushing, as you can see, crowns re-emerge. That's just the nature of a tank. You've got to get steady with pushing and blending sessions. So you're going to push it up, blend it out. Push it up, blend it out. And as you keep going and as them holes continuously get smaller, or as the little dings continuously get smaller, you actually lose the leather tip that I had on there and actually go in for some pinpoint precision. Now, if you did notice, I actually got rid of the soft tip rather fast. I needed that pinpoint precision of a nylon knockdown. Soft tip, we were able to knock it down, but we still had a peak on the top of the crown that needed pinpoint precision to knock it in. And the only way to do that is with a sharper nylon knockdown. So I would say we use the soft tip tool with the leather on the end of it nearly for 80% of the repair, and we actually use the nylon sharper tip knockdown for 80% of the repair. And then 20-20 on finishing with the raw steel tip, and then 20% at the beginning by using the soft tip knockdown. All right, everybody, so we're going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I appreciate you taking the time to check out this tutorial, and we will see you on the next one.